A line pattern in Revit is those traditional line types you do in regular drafting, such as a center line, a continuous line, or a hidden line. To create these line patterns, you need to be underneath the Manage tab on the ribbon, Additional Settings, and Line Patterns. In the Line Patterns dialog box, you'll see a list of all those different line patterns which are currently associated with either your Revit project or, in this case, your Revit template. And we can see that there's a lot of different lines here with a lot of different kinds of symbols. Dashes of different lengths, spaces. Some of these are going to be little dots. How these are created is probably going to be best shown by selecting on one of these different line patterns already. What I'd like to do in this case is select on dash dot dot 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm going to click on the Edit button to theoretically edit this pattern. From here, we can see that someone typed in that name. And if you wanted to type in your own name here, you could. Dash. This means that it's going to draw a dash, which is 1/8 of an inch when it comes time to print. Your line patterns scale based on the scales of your views. So as a result of that, whatever shows up here in value, that's going to be the actual size of it when it prints. Space, 5/128 of an inch. So it's going to put a space between this object and this object here. That's 5/128 of an inch. A dot's a dot. You don't really need a dimension for that because it just shows up as being a black dot. Space, dot, and space. And then it'll repeat the pattern again, so you would have a dash after it. And really, this is what makes up all those different line patterns inside of Revit. You just need to specify whether or not it's a dash, a space, or a dot, and for the dashes and spaces, specify what the value would be for the actual printed width of them on a sheet of paper. I'm going to click on OK to this. If you needed to delete any, there is a delete button. If you want to rename any of them, once again, there is a rename button. And if you want to create one that's new, you can select on the word new, type in the name that you want, and then pick either a dash or a dot or type in space, and then give those the appropriate value. And as a result of that, I'm going to click cancel this dialog box. You'll get a preview of what that line pattern will look like. And then that can be assigned to the different line types, also called the different line styles that you have available, also underneath Manage, Additional Settings, and Line Styles.